You're watching USA News Hub, your home for breaking headlines, trending sports stories, and exclusive updates from across the nation. What if I told you that the last time Novak Djokovic lifted a Grand Slam trophy, the entire tennis world looked completely different? Back then, Carlos Alcaraz was still learning how to dominate, Jannik Sinner was barely breaking into the elite, and the ATP rankings weren't just different, they were almost unrecognizable compared to today. This is the story of what the tennis world looked like the last time Novak Djokovic stood on top of a Grand Slam podium, and trust me, you're not ready for how much the landscape has changed. Novak Djokovic is still chasing history. Even in the twilight of his career, the 38-year-old Serbian icon continues to push boundaries, defy age, and challenge the two men who have taken over men's tennis, Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. In 2025, Djokovic came heartbreakingly close to adding another Grand Slam title to his legendary resume. 4 semi-finals, 4 chances, 4 brutal exits. He was still the third best player in the world, still dangerous, still elite, but the final step kept slipping away. He reached the Australian Open semi-final, the French Open semi-final, the Wimbledon semi-final, and the US Open semi-final. He even got the better of Alcaraz at the Australian Open quarterfinals. But once the tournament pressure peaked, Sinner and Alcaraz were the ones able to finish the job. While Djokovic remains competitive against the very best, the days when he owned the sport feel further away. Which brings us back to this question: what did the ATP rankings look like the last time Novak Djokovic actually won a Grand Slam title? To answer that, we travel back to 2023, a season that now feels like a lifetime ago. The last time Djokovic won a major, 2023 US Open. The year 2023 was pure domination from Novak Djokovic. 3 Grand Slam titles, 2 Masters 1000 titles, the ATP Finals, and a season that felt like a victory lap for a man already considered one of the greatest athletes in history. His final slam of that year came at the 2023 US Open, where he dropped only 2 sets on his way to the title. In the final, he defeated Russia's Daniil Medvedev 6-3, 7-6, 6-3, securing his 24th Grand Slam championship, an achievement that stunned the tennis world. There was no Sinner challenging him yet. There was no fully matured Alcaraz standing in his way. It was still Djokovic's era, Djokovic's tour, Djokovic's throne. When he lifted that trophy, he was ranked number 2, but the victory immediately pushed him back to world number 1, once again reclaiming his rightful place. But perhaps even more fascinating than Djokovic's success is how different the entire ATP landscape looked. Bar chart the ATP rankings in September 2023, when Djokovic last won a slam. Here were the top 10 players when Novak Djokovic won the 2023 US Open. Rank. Player. Points. 1. Novak Djokovic. 11,795. 2. Carlos Alcaraz. 8,535. 3. Daniil Medvedev. 7,280. 4. Holger Rune. 4,710. 5. Stefanos Tsitsipas. 4,615. 6. Andrei Rublev. 4,515. 7. Jannik Sinner. 4,465. 8. Taylor Fritz. 3,955. 9. Casper Ruud. 3,560. 10. Alexander Zverev. 3,030. Looking at this list today feels almost surreal, because back then, Sinner was just starting to break through. Alcaraz was still inconsistent. Rune was being called the next big thing. Tsitsipas was still viewed as a future number 1. Fritz was America's best hope. And Djokovic was still the king. High voltage, how different things are today. Fast forward to 2025, a Jannik Sinner has become the most complete player in the world. A Carlos Alcaraz is a two-way monster with elite offense and defense. A Djokovic is still brilliant, but no longer unbeatable. The shift is undeniable. The new era has arrived. And Djokovic is fighting off not one young star, but 2, which brings even more weight to the reminder of how dominant he was the last time he captured a slam. Fire why 2023 still matters. For Djokovic fans, 2023 stands as the year that immortalized him. 24 Grand Slams. Record after record. A year where time seemed to stop and Novak seemed ageless. But it was also the last year when the tennis world felt like his territory, and the years since, the game has evolved, power has shifted, and the future legends have taken control. Yet even now, even in 2026 approaching, Djokovic remains a contender, a threat, a presence, someone nobody wants to see on the opposite side of the net, even at nearly 40 years old. So the next time someone says Novak Djokovic is finished, remember 2023. Remember the year he dominated the sport. Remember the last time the rankings looked nothing like they do today. And remember this, legends don't fade quietly. They fight. They evolve. They challenge the next generation until the very last point. And Novak Djokovic, the man who built an empire on resilience, is still fighting. The page may be turning, but the story is not over. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that's shaping America and the world. We'll see you in the next update.